They say you never hear the shot that takes you down. Well, when you're playing as the sniper class in Rogue Company, they never see where the shot came from either. One moment the opposing player is minding their business trying to cap a point, and in a split second they're either back to the respawn point, or worse yet, spectating. You can move through the map silently, undetected by enemy radars, and change the course of a game. You're like some sort of ghost, a specter, a poltergeist, maybe even a phantom? Today's video is a phantom guide for anybody out there that wants to use this bodacious babe in a bodysuit to put the opposing team in matching body bags. Her defining characteristic is her sniper, but she has many more tools in her utility belt to make use of, that depending on what the situation calls for, can be the difference between life and death. We're going to be going over all of it. Her weapons, abilities, gadgets, and perks. If you're a new player picking up Phantom, this is going to be the video for you. She is described in-game as a genetic experiment, trained from birth to be an unparalleled sniper and assassin. She's essentially Damian Wayne if Robin traded in his cape for a skin-tight bodysuit. Actually, most superheroes wear skin-tight bodysuits. What I'm trying to say is that she's a badass with the ability to delete the opposition on a moment's notice. The main tool you're going to be using to do this is the LR-15 full-body sniper rifle. At base, this sniper rifle does 80 damage per hit to the body and is a one-shot kill if you manage to score a headshot. Don't let the fire rate stat fool you. This thing can let off in pretty quick succession to pop multiple headshots. There's a bit of a damage drop off at range, but this can be remedied with the upgrades. The mag size can also be upgraded, though I don't find that to be too much of an issue with a precision weapon like this. The tier 2 upgrade is the most important here, as it increases the handling rating by reducing the recoil. If quick scopes are your thing, you'll also want this ASAP as it increases your ADS speed. Tier 3 is generally a waste of money, I find, as it eliminates damage drop off in a game where the maps aren't exactly huge in the first place. I'd save my money on this and upgrade your secondary weapon, the P12K. Now the Aaron L12, you know what, this is a lot of numbers, L212 is her DMR rifle. It is by no means as strong as the full body, however it does allow you to fight at a closer range. The semi-auto nature of the rifle allows you to compensate more for missing a couple of shots, so if you're playing this third-person shooter and not used to ADS, this may be a good rifle to practice with. It takes 4 body shots to drop someone without armor. 3 headshots with this will do the trick otherwise. Tier 2 reduces the recoil so you can land your headshots easier. This upgrade also helps the hip fire. If you're hitting with this gun, you can be very annoying, but I find the gun is better at assisting teammates in fights across the battlefield rather than a gun to make someone instantly disappear. Tier 3 again reduces the damage fall off, however I'd avoid this. The Aaron is not the weapon you want to sit all the way back with if you're choosing Phantom. That'd be the full body's territory. For most situations, I generally recommend going with the full body. The ability to get clutch picks and make a team fall apart is invaluable in a game mode like Demolition, and in Strikeout, a good sniper can keep a team pinned and unable to use an entire lane. That's not to say the Aaron doesn't have its uses, it's just not my preferred weapon when using Phantom. If you're heavy on flanking, combining the Aaron with the throwing axe and some of the perks we'll be talking about later will make you dangerous. The PK-12 pistol cannot and should not be ignored. It is a compact silenced pistol with good damage, a respectable fire rate, and a mag size that allows you to whiff a couple of shots when push comes to shove. In base form, the only real issue I have with the weapon is the reload time, and that can be remedied using a perk that I consider a must-have on Phantom anyway. More on that later. The Tier 1 and 2 upgrades on the gun are super important to any good Phantom player. Tier 1 increases the hipfire accuracy and reduces reticle bloom. The Tier 2 increases the magazine on a gun whose mag isn't bad already. The pistol is your finisher and in a lot of cases, your last line of defense. As a sniper, you aren't exactly built for close range engagements. People know this and will push up on you. The lessened recoil on this pistol can turn panic in situations into George W's real quick. They get aggressive and this pistol is how you make them regret that. One shot with the full body paired with one shot of the PK equals one dead rogue.
Objective acquired. Defend it. The enemy has 5 reinforcements remaining. Get me off. I'm not done. 5 lives left. Let's make them count. Enemy spotted. Objective lost. Let's get back.
The first gadget that we'll be going over is the grenade. Very simple. First thing to remember, these cook. You don't want to just hold on to it trying to aim it because it will blow up in your and maybe your teammate's face. It does good damage without upgrades, enough to down someone if it lands at their feet. The only exception is if they have the armor perk or the perk that reduces explosion damage. The Tier 1 upgrade increases the radius of the splash damage, and I feel like this is the more useful of the two upgrades. Tier 2's damage upgrade isn't really necessary unless the opposing team has the aforementioned perks, and even then I barely upgrade the grenade when I use it. The grenade is another good finishing tool for when you hit a body shot with your sniper. If it lands anywhere near them, it's guaranteed to do the 20 damage you should need to secure the elim. The sticky sensor is my favorite gadget in her kit. When thrown, it essentially gives you wall hacks within its range. This is useful for securing flank routes and watching over objectives when you have to be elsewhere. It can also be used to turn fights in your favor, as hanging on corners is a common strategy people use in this game. One throw of this and you know exactly when they're going to try and push you. The Tier 1 upgrade increases the reveal radius, and the Tier 2 provides a second sensor to use. I use the sensor frequently, and both upgrades are extremely useful to control and lock down a map. Now we're moving on to the list of perks. First, we have Evade. Evade is just a good perk for anyone to have. Not the best or most important for Phantom to have, but it's a perk you can't go wrong with on just about any rogue. The added movement speed after being damaged can mean the difference between getting behind cover and getting lasered. If you are going with a flanking strategy as Phantom, this is something to consider. The second perk, Cloaked, is good to have depending on the opposing team's comp. Cloaked makes Phantom immune to being revealed by enemies. This means rogues like Dallas, Talon, and other Phantoms cannot reveal Phantom using their abilities. Again, if you are attempting to flank with Phantom, this is a great perk. Now the third perk is the absolutely necessary perk I mentioned earlier. Nimble Hands. Absolutely necessary. You will be pushed, as I said earlier. Luckily, you have a pistol that you've hopefully upgraded to take care of that. The pistol can't take care of anything if you can't whip it out though. Nimble Hands goes with Phantom like peanut butter goes with jelly. You can choose not to like it, but you're wrong. I can count how many times having this perk equipped has saved my ass. Honestly, a lot of rounds the first things I get are my sniper and this Nimble Hands perk. Personally, I never use the fourth perk, Stalker. It removes the movement speed penalty for aiming down sights, but I'm so used to the penalty that not having it ruins my shot more often than not. I don't use this perk on any rogue that has it available. Maybe that'll change in the future as I play more, but for now, I don't recommend it. The fifth perk, Life Drain, can be useful for making the clutch comeback in a game mode like Demolition. It can also add some survivability to Phantom in a particularly hectic game of Strikeout. The perk begins to heal you once you've downed someone, helping you keep fighting even when things aren't looking too good. The final perk is Tracker Rounds. Whenever Phantom damages someone, they are revealed to her team. This is good for a Phantom who is looking to rack up assists. This is a perk that I like to combine with the DMR when I play it, so I can light up people and get the reveal. It's also good with a full body, as after a shot, they should normally only have 20 health left. With a good reveal, your team should easily be able to wipe them after that, especially because of Phantom's passive. That passive is Grievous Wounds, and this is one of the coolest parts about her kit. When Phantom hurts you, it takes longer to regen health. That means a sniper shot to the body has you sitting at 20 health for an uncomfortable amount of time. She comes equipped with a nano smoke grenade, a grenade that obscures vision with gray smoke but reveals anybody caught inside of the cloud. This is good for blocking off a lane that has heavy opposition. It's also good for Batman-esque escapes. Her melee weapon is a throwing axe, and all melee weapons when thrown are a one-hit kill, so a flanking Phantom can use this to eliminate someone who doesn't see her instantly. This is important because she doesn't have an automatic weapon to quickly clean up on flanks like other rogues. Phantom's entire shtick is that she's high risk, high reward. There are games where you will terrorize the leaderboard with your 6 snipe skills, and then there are other games where you couldn't hit the broadside of an anvil shield. When you're firing on all cylinders, it is incredibly difficult for the opposing team to compose themselves and come together to stop you from afar and the rest of your squad when they are up close. On your bad days, you will sit at the bottom of the leaderboard expecting hate mail from your team as soon as the round is over. The important thing with any rogue is to play the game and practice the character. As the game evolves and new playstyles come out, people will continue to come up with new ways to use what's being given to us. Experiment and find what's right for you. I will be right here helping you do that with guides on all of the rogues, both pre and post launch. Guys, I'm Mr. EMP and I'm signing off for I Make Plays TV. Keep it locked right here so that eventually you can make plays like me. If you want to see me make plays live, go over to my Twitch channel, Mr. I Make Plays. Links to that and my social media tags will be down in the description. Thank you all for watching this vid. See you next time for more Rogue Company content.